Ain't funny though, so everything's good. Hold on.
On the episodes, I don't know. I might beat you.
Hey, whoa. Hey. I don't know about that, bro. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the HBCU Podcast with your host, Hashim, the dream. You already know what it is, and my co-host.
Good rising, good people. Bobby K here.
And our special guest, you've seen him before, but
he's not even a special guest anymore. This is like the third time on the show at this point. He's a third member of the show, basically. Wale, say what's up to the people.
Well, damn, Bobby.
Man,
What's good,
am I wrong?
Shut up. How's everyone doing? Glad to be back and whatnot. Feel me? Have to deal with Bobby's bull. Hashim good. He good. He on some. He on some playtime and barber body count, but
that's all in the past. We're not talking about the past. We're talking about the future. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Well, we are talking about the past and the topic, but
that is true. But we ain't there yet. But we can start off with our HBCU Fun Fact of the day, which Bobby has.
Yes. So for this one, it's an actual dual college one. So Spelman, which is obviously located in ATL, Atlanta, Georgia, and Bennett College, which is in Greensboro, South Carolina. Those colleges produce over half of the nation's African-American women who go on to earn doctorates in all science fields. So those two colleges seem to be very pristine in the science aspect, I was not a big science person in high school, so shout out to those colleges.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody with science.
Yeah, not at all. Chemistry, yeah. I did not have chemistry with chemistry. But
I have.
So we're gonna get into our topic of today, which is the evolution of hip hop. So we already know what hip hop is right now, like the state it's in right now. But compare that to what it is in the 90s, 2000s. 2010s, the 10s. Do we call that the 10s now?
We call them the 10s, yeah.
The 2010s. We're in the 2020s now, so but yeah, we do 2010s.
But which I'll start with a question. Which era or decade would you say is your favorite?
That's tough.
Go first.
I'll go first. So it's tough because I like all the decades for different reasons. Like if we're talking about just like lyrical ability, I would definitely say the 90s is widely regarded as like the golden era of hip hop, just because of the amount of like legendary talent and just pioneers. Well, the pioneers really started in the 80s, but like in terms of like the 90s specifically, like between like Big, Nas, Jay, Pac,
Redman,
Meth, like just a litany of even people like Big Pun, Big L, rest in peace to those guys. Like a wide variety of cats from New York, from Cali, from basically those two, just West and East Coast predominantly. The South was starting to get going with Outkast in the late 90s and everything like that. But like the wide variety of just people that we hold in a very high regard started from the 90s, and it had that boom bap sound. It had that raw sound. So lyrically, I would say the 90s. If we're talking about like in terms of like pop, not pop, but yeah, like entertainment wise, I would probably say 2000.
Like hype?
Not even hype, but just like I would say
like partying and whatnot, like festive festive entertainment. Like I know what you mean.
Yeah, I would say like 2000s. It was so many, like 2000s was just like the decade of just like crazy hits. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it was just like, and just the evolution of like how the sound was. It was more like a party feel to it, in the club and Nelly songs, and it was integrating more like melody with like Ashanti featuring with like a Ja Rule or something like that. But then the 2010s, but then the 2010s has the versatility in terms of like, but let's keep in mind.
Listen, 2010s just finished too, so you just
right.
Keep that
so
brief.
This is the first thing in our mind, but we have to keep in mind too, when we say evolution of hip hop, we have to look at it from not just a mainstream aspect, but also what's going on in the general landscape. And 2010s brought a lot of versatility, not only because of even more usage of autotune, but also, you know, the even more use of melodies and trap beats and different things of that nature. Wale, I feel a rant.
Strong opinion right now, bro.
Yeah, I feel a rant.
Boy on love. He find his demons right now.
Bobby has to go. I mean, Hashim has to go next. I'll go last.
I would say my favorite era is probably 2000s for hip hop, rap. Because
do you have a favorite artist from that decade?
Jay-Z.
Oh, okay.
He said, "Oh, damn."
I mean, mine would be Nas, but that's just
you know. Come on now, you know that once you hear that in the intro, you already know who it is. But it still has the remnants or the people that were in the 90s, right? And they still carry that flow into 2000s while also introducing a new generation or new artists in the 2000s, and those artists that influence the now current artists that we have right now. From my opinion, I like the 2000s. I also like 2010s. I like all three eras just for individual artists. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
let's give some love, by the way, to the 80s, because I think we're going past the pioneers, 80s, like the Public Enemies and the NWAs, and you know what I'm saying. Like we're bypassing them. Let's show them some love and respect. You know,
because the 80s.
Yeah, they started in like the late 80s.
Did they get popping in the late 80s or in the 90s?
It was like a mixture of both. It was kind of similar to like A Different World. Remember when we talked about A Different World on the 90s sitcom? Go watch it, listen to that.
You know, if the music that we listen to are the songs that are from the 90s, I'll throw that in the 90s. You feel me?
I feel you. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, we gotta show them love too, because like they opened up the doors, you know, Big Daddy Kane's and all, they opened up the doors for guys in the 90s to have that golden era. You feel me? So we gotta give them a shout out too. You know what I mean?
Ah, well, you've been a man out, man. You boiling up since the first minute.
So I'm gonna go with what Bobby said. Overall, I'm gonna go with the 2000s, but lyrically, like, because we have a lot of rappers from the 90s who like prospered in the 2000s for a while, like Busta, Eminem, Redman, Method Man for a good while and whatnot, more so than others. But yeah, I'd say the sweet spot of the night, like mid 90s into early 2000s. 2010 is where I cut it off because if anything, rap died with me that year. I'd say I was mostly into R&B and all that because let me tell you something, with all the mumble rapping and the trap shit, it's especially 2013 and 14 with all that hot boy shit. Listen, I was not with that shit. With all the shit they talking, the beats were not hitting. Even you heard me talk about how the early 2000s were more like festive entertainment, right? The trap shit was very repetitive, and I did not feel a flair from any of these rappers. Maybe a dime a dozen, but no specific flair. Like,
so hold on. Okay, so I want to rebuttal that. So let's go into the sound, right?
Let's please go into
the sound of each era. So
wait, Bobby, real quick. Mind you, growing, like, I would say I'm a late bloomer with rap and whatnot because growing up, I wasn't all too into it. You feel me? Like the 90s and 2000s, all that. I wasn't. There was some songs I picked up because mainstream stuff. But overall, even then, I'm just like, not hands off and whatnot. And then as I got older and I'm going back through YouTube and whatnot, I listened to all these different stuff that either I did not like and whatnot, and I got a different appreciation. And I'm like, damn, I underestimated some of this. So now, me re-listening to all this other stuff now for 2010s and all the trap and whatnot, I'm like, yo, there's a reason why. I'm like, damn, if I hated rap back then, I damn sure hate this shit now because it's.
But you hate this now because you heard the rap then. Like, you know what, you already have like a basic concept of what rap is.
No. I've seen what I slept on back then on how it like how it sound, how lyrically it can be. And then I look at how it progressed up to 2010s and onward. I'm like, what the fuck happened? We had, I'm like, and I'm just now going through a whole library of different things, the progression and all that, and then we just get to this point. I'm like,
what happened was evolution, and that's the thing with evolution. It's not always going to be a positive thing, but it's necessary. You can't continuously go through, oh, we're going to just do the boom bap era and do all these New York style beats when you have different cultures integrating into hip hop. You have the South, you have the Midwest with St. Louis and Chicago and all these different places. You have Cali and the West Coast. You have out of town, like out of the States, you know what I'm saying? UK jumping up and all these different areas that have to be integrated into the culture. So with that becomes different sounds. And it gets
Bobby, I'm saying a lot of the sounds sound very similar now.
But what I'm saying is, you don't think that apply? And I love the 90s. We love the artists from the 90s, the albums, all that. But we're not going to act like it wasn't some monotony in the 90s too.
Yeah, true.
With the boom bap,
especially the 2000s, bro.
But this is what I'm saying though. We have to be fair. Like, we could talk shit all we want about like today's era in terms of it having mumble rap. I don't even like that term, but whatever, mumble rap, whatever. And I don't like the shit either for in terms of those aspects, because I feel like this era has made hip hop seem like it's so much easier to break into, which it was harder to break into the hip hop game, I feel like, when we was in the late 90s, 2000s or whatever, because it was focused more on the specific skill set, which is rapping ability, not harmonizing or anything like that. But that was necessary for the genre to grow into what it is. And also understand that the music genres are a business. So they're trying to focus on, okay, whatever we can sell, that's what we're going to roll with. That's what we're going to market.
Yes. You should blame the public for the evolution.
I do. No, I do. I wholeheartedly do, bro.
If people don't like it, it ain't gonna get popular.
Ask Bobby. I would always be in my stories. I'll be in throwbacks, and I'm dead ass shitting on everyone's favorite rapper or their sound. I'm like at a party. Ooh, Rest His Soul, a Pop Smoke song comes through. Where am I at, Bobby? Right. Where am I at?
He's sitting down. He don't want to dance.
I'm chilling. I'm chilling, bro. This is what I do. Left hand, right hand. Sitting.
I'm not arguing that one.
I'm chilling, bro.
But so wait, so you don't have any favorite artists that's become popular and become big in 2010s?
Kendrick.
Well, Hashim, you go first.
Me? I got J. Cole. You already know that.
Right?
Wait, no, but tell me multiple people. Tell me multiple people.
Bobby, re-ask that question.
My question was, do you guys, because there's a lot of criticism on this newer era of hip hop. Do you guys, who's some of your favorite artists that's come out of this generation?
And why?
What is the cutoff? Because I might be naming people from like 2010s or
people who became popular in the 2010s. We
got J. Cole, we got Kendrick, we got Kanye. Those 3 big ones. I like Lupe.
Kanye's from the 2000s.
Huh?
Kanye's from the 2000s.
Yeah, he was sort of like 100% and all that stuff.
He put out 4 albums in the 2000s. He's a 2000s artist.
He's still relevant in the 2010s.
I understand. What I'm saying is he's not a 2010s artist at all. I'm not putting him in the same era as Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. Like, no.
Okay. Can't even put him in there. He's been in there for a while. Future, yeah, he's Migos. I like Migos.
Oh God.
You like Future?
Who, me?
Nah, I'm talking to the man.
No, Future. But when you said Migos, oh my God. Yeah, continue.
Migos got hits. We're not gonna do that.
Continue.
They're not a project. They're not good at albums.
Bobby.
Who else we got, bro? Rapping wise. Rapping or hip hop, right? It's hip hop.
There's a distinction.
Yeah, I'm asking.
Well, what are you asking?
You're asking for rappers, right? For like
I'm just asking for hip hop artists in general that have blown up in the 2010s.
2010s. I listen to a lot of R&B, but I leave it at that. J. Cole, Kendrick, yeah, bro, you know the vibes.
So Wale, none of those artists he just names are some of your favorite artists.
Oh no, Kendrick and J. Cole by a long shot, and I will put them on my list, but they are again a dime a dozen because they can make a sound that's entertaining and have a whole unique. Man, I just can't. I can't explain it. I just know that they don't sound. They remind me of early 2000 people and 90s, and it's how to modernize that sound. All these other motherfuckers, including the Migos, do not for me. They don't.
But listen to what you just said, though.
What?
You just contradicted yourself. You just said Cole and Kendrick, who are my two favorite artists, period, not just of hip hop in general, right? So I've literally listened to them since like 2009, 2010. So when they first started, I was huge fans of them. So I've seen them mature as artists. But listen to what you just said. They remind you of artists from the late 90s and the early 2000s, but with a modernized sound. How do you get to the modernized sound if you don't have what like Pierre Bournes and different producers like that? We gotta get into the producers a little bit too. But like you have to have the younger artists come up with the bullshit or whatever for the bigger artists and the more cared for artists to then use in their own sound.
What bullshit did Kendrick and J. Cole make? Because
No, I'm not saying they made bullshit. What I'm saying is, like, for example, like KOD for J. Cole, right?
Yeah.
When that came out in 2018. When I first listened to it, it was kind of jarring to me. Like, not in a bad way, but it was like, damn, like this shit doesn't sound like Cole. Like it's more like trap influence. Like it has more up tempo. It's not Cole. Like his music is usually more soulful, but again, he implemented that because of the concept of the album, but also because he wanted to do a different version of his sound. But that only happens if you have the Uzis, the Futures, those type of people who are like even Travis, even though he's in some shit right now, but those type of artists influence the overall genre so that more lyrical artists can then implement them into their sound while still having that ability.
Listen to what you just said, though. You point out lyrical. J. Cole and Kendrick are lyrical. A lot of the people I do not like, they don't come off as lyrical to me at all.
It could be just catchy stuff. Oh, I know artist list Corday. I don't know if you guys
shout out to Corday.
Very good in my opinion.
Yes. Yeah. He got better once he dropped off that YBN, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But.
And Bobby, to be fair, like you said, like, yeah, the early 2000s had our trap equivalents, our bullshit equivalent. Like, let's say, for example, Yin Yang Twins, Lil Jon. At the end of the day, they just have some ad-libs and shit, and you're just like, when you look at it, like, what the fuck they talking about? But
Hurricane Chris.
Yeah. Like, when you look back at it, it's like, what the fuck they talking about? But I guess for me, that the beats and whatnot had power to it, and again, they had energy. A lot of the trappers now
it's the nostalgia effect.
Not nostalgia effect.
Yes, it is.
That's a bad excuse card. That's
I'm gonna say a lot of hip hop now is carried by the beats. So
that's true.
But a lot of
like, especially for mumble rappers, like how you say you don't like it. Well, most of the people that like it is mostly for like, oh, that just dropped by be crazy. Like he's about coming crazy. But like, it's not really for the lyrics. It's for how it makes you feel. Like if it makes you feel like you want to party or rage or whatever.
Yeah, but Lil Jon wasn't all lyrical one night. He's again a party. It was I just feel like it had more oomph to it. You feel me? And
I never heard a Lil Jon song in my life, like a legit made by Lil Jon. It's always featuring Lil Jon. Maybe like one or two
Snappy
songs.
Fingers is the Lil Jon song.
Yeah.
I said maybe one or two songs.
Oh, yeah. Snappy Fingers.
But to Hashim's point though, if anything, more of the issue, well, there's a couple issues, but one main issue is we don't give enough credit to the producers. The producers in today's era for a lot of these newer artists are carrying the music. They're carrying like the beats with the bass, with the 808s. with the snares, like they're carrying like the Kenny Beats, Metro Boomins, who else? Mustard, Beethoven. Like I know I'm missing a lot of producers, my bad, but Alchemist. Like these producers are Southside. These producers are carrying a lot of these artists who don't have enough entertainment value on their own to be great artists on their own because they're not lyrical and they don't have substance in their music. So if anything, we should give more props to the producers, which I think some people are starting to do now, but that should have been happening, to be honest. So that's one of the main issues. And so if you want to complain about like how the hip hop has evolved, we don't give enough credit to the motherfuckers who make the beats.
That's true. And ghostwriters, bro. Ghostwriters be, which could be your favorite, your other, like artists that you like.
My favorite artists don't have ghostwriters. I'm just putting it out there.
I mean, yeah, but people always assist on songs. You know, there's people that,
of course.
You know,
assisting on songs is different from like if you're actually having people write your bars and then giving you the bars.
There's no problem with that, bro. People like a lot of the big songs, well, not for rap, but a lot of big songs like R&B and like those type is made by like other writers.
It's a difference though. It's a difference, yeah, because hip hop is focused. Its primary essence is more so into like your story. R&B is more focused on your vocals. So if I'm an R&B artist, I can have you write my shit for me. I still have to project what you wrote for me. But if I rap, if I'm a hip hop artist, if I'm a rapper, I'm supposed to be penning my own shit because I'm supposed to be telling my own story. It's not the same thing.
It doesn't have to be your own story. It doesn't have to be a story, right?
Well, of course. But what I'm saying is, okay, so Ari Lennox, right? Yeah. She can have a ghostwriter, but at the end of the day, she still has to sing, right? She still gotta, first of all, Ari's fine. But regardless, she's also really talented because she can sing. You know what I'm saying? She has good vocal projection. She has good range. A rapper like Jid, for example.
They gotta still deliver.
No, but Jid though we can't give credit for, oh, that was a dope line. Oh, this was a great double entendre, and you didn't write it. Not saying Jid has ghostwriters, but I'm just saying he's not going to get respect. He's not going to get respect as an MC the way Ari's going to get respect as a singer, because we're going to judge Jid off of his bars. We're not judging him off of his voice like a singer would. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing.
I have another question, and then we can get back to the producers because we didn't even talk about the producers, right? Right. What do you think about freestyles now? Because you know how back in the day, or even like some artists are really good at freestyling. They can do it on top of the head, and then there's artists that it's popular, but they practice the bar and they're able to spit it on,
or it's even a written verse.
Yeah. So what's your opinion? I feel like back in the day, or it depends on the artist you were listening to, a lot of people were just like spitting random stuff, which is good. Nothing rehearsed and stuff, but what's your opinions about it?
It fell from grace.
Huh?
It fell from grace, that whole concept. Like,
oh, it's not freestyle. It's memory.
Wale hates the new era.
I do, and there's no nostalgia attached to me because again, I did not fuck with rap like that or crazy. There was only certain sectors of hip hop I was maybe messing with. Rap was at the bottom list. You feel me? And then it wasn't until like freaking Nigel one time he popped in Fight for New York one time. Huh?
Who's Nigel? For the people who's listening and watching,
Nigel is my annoying ass stepbrother. Okay, he's my brother. Love him, but
shout out my boy Nigel.
Yeah. So it wasn't until at some point around when when we still had the PlayStation 2 or PS3, he popped open Def Jam, Fight for New York, a classic, had all these artists, all these rappers and whatnot in a fighting game, and you had all these songs and whatnot, and I'm just like, damn. I was missing a lot of stuff. And I would go back and I would go through some history, you know, educate myself. And then, because I don't have, like I said, that show, I don't have nostalgia attached to it. If anything, I have negative nostalgia, which was fixed through my own, like.
Negative nostalgia.
I never heard that
negative
before.
nostalgia.
I've never heard that before in my life.
There's good nostalgia, there's bad nostalgia. But anywho, so yeah, I kind of undid that. And then we get to here. Again, I'm just like, oh, wow, okay. I guess I'm good.
Side note. I want to petition verbally out to the public, to whoever sees this. Can we please bring back the Def Jam Vendetta games? Can we please bring some hip hop games and some battle? I want a battle rap game. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to see like the overalls of different battle rappers. And be able to see them like do like I don't know, like a rap battle or something. Like I want hip hop games to be back and prevalent. Please and thank you, man.
Can't, bro. With mumble rappers, how they go do it?
Listen, man.
Question.
Karaoke.
Bobby.
You gotta do karaoke.
Bobby, go to the question. What do you think of freestyling?
I mean, so here's the thing. So, like, even with ciphers, right? Like the Eminems and different artists like that, like when they was coming up, they would have like ciphers ready. Even battle rappers, like if you watch battle rap, you know what I'm talking about. But like they would do like different ciphers in their neighborhoods, whatever the case may be. But some of the shit would be written because they would be freestyling for like hours at a time. So you're not just doing that shit off the dome. They have shit that was written that they memorized, that they, I know I'm gonna say this, that, blah, 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 blah. It's not gonna be directed at the person, but you know me, they're gonna kick their shit. So I think memorizing verses for freestyles has always been a thing, but I think it's this era, this new era of the past like decade or so has taken away the essence of going completely off the top, which I am not a fan of, because, and again, everyone's not a freestyle person, right?
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, so it's not fair to pigeonhole everyone that, everyone has to be a freestyle person, but people not having the capability to be able to freestyle just off the top, just quick, like 16, 32, whatever, is just kind of like, damn, like it takes away the essence of that just rawness. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just gonna say it's keep in mind.
And mind you, we're talking predominantly mainstream, because I feel like a lot of independent hip hop artists can do freestyles. We're talking mainstream.
Okay.
That aspect.
What are you about to say, boy?
No, I was gonna say it becomes a topic of discussion or heated debate when you just chilling, and then someone just says, I guess for me personally, but I'll say my favorite rapper, for example, one of my favorites is Busta Rhymes or whatnot. Okay. Let me watch my French. Some fool will be like, oh, yo, no, this insert new person here will bust Busta Rhymes' ass in the freestyle. I'm like,
no, freestyle?
Huh? And you this is and who you repping? Someone from 2010 onward, when not one of these mumble rappers. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, bet. All right. That becomes my issue. Because not everyone's a freestyle, but people don't know that, and they just start spewing shit like, oh yeah, this rapper's better than this person, and they don't have all their data to be spewing bullshit. But yeah,
but look, just because they mumble rap don't mean they can't.
That was an example. No, that was an example. No, I don't mean to. Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying in general. Just because people mum rap don't mean they can't do other and like normal rap. Because if you look at like even like Future, I think if I remember correctly, he used to rap normal, and then he did like
he used to rap normal.
I don't really count him as a full-fledged mumble rapper though.
He started it, bro.
I say Lil Wayne started that actually.
No, it was Future and Young Thug, bro. It was Future and Young Thug.
Lil Wayne started because Lil Wayne had his mumble moments, bro.
No, but he started to implement it more in the 2010s once Future and Young Thug became popular in the early like 2010s. They were the pioneers of that sound, and then Lil Wayne did it more and more. But he's right. It was Future and Young Thug. predominantly. But yeah, also like Tashi, that's a good point because like going back to like Jid, for example, I remember he tweeted maybe like a few months ago. He was like, "Yo, like Lil Yachty can like really rap," or some giving flowers to like Yachty. And anyone who's listening to Lil Yachty knows he like nothing in his music is like really substance based. But again, the artist and here's a big point that we need to harp on too. We can't fully blame the artist for why they focus less and less on substance and on lyrical ability because they're doing what they feel is going to get them the most bread.
Hey, bro, yep.
We have to blame at some point we have to blame the record labels. At some point we have to blame the executives who are influencing what these younger artists, because the artists we're talking about are our age or younger, most of them. They are influencing why they're doing the music that they're doing. Some of these motherfuckers could probably rap their ass off if they really needed or wanted to. But A, they think it's too serious and they want to have fun and do party shit. B, they're young as fuck. Some of them are not even 21 yet. They can't even legally drink. So they don't have a lot of substance to even talk about for real. And 3, they got these executives and managers and all these motherfuckers who are way older than them, using them and telling them, yo, you know, you should probably just focus on the melody. You should probably just focus on the hook. You know what I'm saying? You should probably make something that's going to make people groove, make the woman fawn over you, blah, 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 blah. Talk about all this money you really don't got. Talk about all the jewelry you really don't own. All these cars you really don't own. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is not the music that I prefer in hip hop. So I'm just playing devil's advocate because we have to look at it from a general sense and not just blame the artist. Some of the blame goes to the artist, but a lot of it also goes to the audience and to the record labels.
Because if they don't follow what the record label says, right, then they're not gonna be relevant. Because the record label could lock down your albums, like we've seen it, and they've done to so many artists. And if you put out music that the audience isn't familiar with or don't like, then you're gonna fade in the wind, be a one-hit wonder. So
do you think one hit? Can I ask you a question? Do you think one-hit wonders have become in hip hop even more prevalent than they were in like previous eras?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think it's always been like that, but I feel like there's always a lot of like small stints. So like, you know how, what's his name?
Vanilla Ice?
No, I'm thinking about newer. Like I never liked Lil Pump, but you know, Lil Pump has his little
Gucci Gang.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, garbage to me, but
what do you mean garbage?
It is trash.
It's garbage to me. I don't know.
He garbage, Hashim. Don't worry.
I never liked them when people like them, right?
Facts.
I'd have one more example too. What's his name? I don't remember, but there's a lot of garbage artists. Ooh, even
that's
Fetty.
The point. You don't
Fetty,
remember it,
right? I like Fetty, but Fetty, right? He had a small stint where he was like on top of the world for like a year and a half. Had radio station in a chokehold playing his song. You switch between 3 radio stations, you hear his song on all 3, and then the 1 year he's just gone.
He was the person you're probably thinking of, by the way, for the one-hit wonder was Designer. But Panda.
He had two songs. Like,
Timmy Turner,
yeah. Everybody walks. That was heat, bro. You can't.
That sounds like a demonic song, bro.
It probably was.
That should sound demonic. I don't care.
I honestly thought when Desire came out, I was like, oh damn, Future going crazy. But I was like, oh, this is not Future.
There's definitely a difference between a one-hit wonder and a 1 year wonder. Because Freddie Watt was definitely a 1 year wonder. Like he had hit after hit for a good 2015, for the whole 2015. Even though I wasn't a fan of him, we have to call a spade a spade. He ran 2015. But the reason I asked, and Wale, I will get your answer too, is because like one-hit wonders have always been prevalent in hip hop. Like I said, Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer in the 90s. Milli Vanilli. And then the two that Hurricane Chris, everyone who started like dance type
Disco
songs, Rich Boy, throw some D's on it. Like it's always been like Mike Jones only had like maybe 2 or 3 real hits. You know what I'm saying? So it's always been guys who like just came and went in hip hop, who had like massive hits, but did nothing afterwards. So it's not really just this era. You know what I'm saying?
It's a music thing. It's not only hip hop. It's R&B. It's
of course, But I'm saying I'm focusing on hip hop because, like I said, the barrier of entry for hip hop, it seems so much more open than any other genre, and that's part of the problem to me.
But I feel like the thing with one hit wonders is like they've been making music before, right?
Of course. Yeah.
And then it's just one song that picks up traction. A perfect example of a person that could have been a one-hit wonder, but actually has like a career now. Doja Cat could have been a one-hit wonder.
She should have been.
She had no music. She came out with the song "Moo."
And Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow.
Yeah. And look at her now.
Now she's every Black woman's favorite artist.
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. I do not agree with what Bobby just said.
Comment below if I'm lying. Come on now. I see y'all Twitters. I see y'all. Oh, she's a superstar now. Oh, she wasn't even claiming being Black 2 years ago. But now y'all on her. Now y'all on her nuts. But it's cool though. Y'all have
like Rihanna not live, bro. You crazy right there, bro.
What you mean?
You said every Black woman's favorite artist?
I mean, that's the main people I see that's rocking with her.
I don't know. I don't think that's true. But she is a perfect example of one hit wonder. A person that could have been a one hit wonder, but she actually made a career out of it.
Yo.
Hashim trying to stay far away from what I just said.
Bro, because I don't agree with that statement.
Yo, Hashim's eyes widen like he's like, oh shit, correct myself.
It's like, bro, you wild on that one.
Wale.
I like Doja Cat though. I like her.
I don't. Her. I'm good. I'm good on Doja Cat. I like her song with The Weeknd. That song was tolerable. No, that doesn't mean I like one song of a person. I like several Drake songs. That don't mean I like Drake as an artist overall.
You don't like Drake as an artist? I like him.
No, not at all. He's one of the main culprits of when it comes to stealing styles of different genres and trying to implement it into his music, and then he tries to get credit for it for making a wave even more popular, even though it was already popular, aka Afrobeats.
He's not stealing it, bro. He's just.
I didn't say stealing it. I said he's getting credit for it.
Stealing it, bro.
No, I said he's getting credit because he's implementing those styles that were already popular in a certain section of the world. And he's making it popular because he's one of the biggest artists in music.
He's bringing, if anything, I already discussed this early episodes. I think the Dorney episode.
Yes,
I think he's just bringing attention to it. He's not stealing it because he's not staying with that style for,
He's watering it down though. He's watering.
And you also got to remember he's from Canada, which is like a
melting pot.
Well, he popularized it, Bobby. I see what you're saying, but I feel like Drake is one of the things where I think we said in one episode, I think it was about anime or something, but the right people catch wind of it and then they take and do whatever they want with it, and somehow it gets even better. So Drake heard Afrobeat, he did something with it, and now everyone's like, oh, wow, I like this sound. And now everyone's learning about all the different Afrobeat artists.
Which I think is good. Huh? I think that's good. You're being exposed to more different type of music.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're gonna see like, oh, Afrobeats? Yeah, Drake is definitely like, if you think of Afrobeats and you think Drake, then there's a problem.
Right? Yeah. But so far that hasn't happened. But like, because now everyone's being exposed to.
Is it really a good thing though for a genre to become as popular as hip hop has become? Because look at what's just happened. Like you just said, Wale, you don't like this new era of hip hop because you feel like it's become too watered down. Why do you think it's become so watered down? Because it's become so mainstream. It's become hip hop culture has become pop culture. Hip hop. It
takes the right people to do Afrobeat, Bobby. It takes the
right. Wait. Listen to what I'm saying though. I'm making a parallel. Hip hop culture in 2021, when we're recording this, has become American culture. It's become the culture of society. How people dress, how people talk, how people do certain things is based off of hip hop. That is a what happened?
Hashi's like smiling. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm in my typewriting bag right now.
Heard it.
What I'm saying is, I'm making a thesis statement. Because hip hop has become so popular, it's become so watered down because it's been commercialized.
Mm-hmm.
You think that same thing is not going to happen to Afrobeats? You're bugging the fuck out.
It depends. First off, Afrobeats is easier to spot when someone's trying to water it down or trying to be a copycat. That's not something you can easily just take and run with it and do whatever. It will take a lot for you to fuck that up.
Why?
Sometimes in different languages.
Afrobeat.
Okay. You act like different countries don't steal stuff from African culture.
Hashim, wait, what did Hashim say? Listen to what Hashim said.
Most Afrobeats is in African. Like the music, if you listen to it, they're speaking whatever African dialect that they speak, bro.
Afrobeats a culmination of so many different.
So what is Wizkid?
Wizkid is Nigerian, or he's from Ghana. I forget which.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's an artist that's very popular in America as well, is he not?
Yeah. So.
10 times more popular in Africa, bro.
He was popular in Africa.
Bro, there's so many.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, you can't tell me we just talked about how, the evolution of hip hop. As the evolution of it started to grow and become more and more popular, it focused more on partying. It had less substance in it in the mainstream aspect. And it became more about money, cars, bitches, all that stuff. All those topics were always prevalent in hip hop, but it became more of the forefront for hip hop for the past decade or so, because it's become more commercialized. So what I'm saying is, the idea that couldn't happen to another subsection, to another genre of music like Afrobeats becoming so popular now and integrated into white culture and
Bobby,
other people.
Stop right there. Afrobeat has I can't
look at
reggae.
Look at reggae.
Hold on. I don't remember when that term was exactly coined, Afrobeat, but all this Wizkid, all this stuff, my peoples, we've known about these motherfuckers mad long ago. Since early 2000s.
Because
and then
you're African.
Hold on. Just not recently, it's starting to catch traction. But at the end of the day, it is an African culture born genre. Over here in hip hop, I say, if anything, it's born in America, easier to fuck up, okay? It can spread to other places and influence and be changed up in other places, but they can't fundamentally change how hip hop's gonna go. They can't. You can't tell me that. So the same thing for Afrobeat.
Wait, time out. Who can't fundamentally change how hip hop?
Everyone outside this country. Outside the country, they can't.
That's not true. Look at UK. UK's become very popular in
the UK hip hop out here, bro.
Yeah, who?
Oh, you. Okay.
Wait, Bobby, that's the point.
There's plenty of people that listen to UK hip hop. It's become very popular.
As much as American hip hop out here.
For some people, yes. Ask people who listen to UK hip hop who Dave is. They will.
I know Dave.
That's what I'm saying.
Nice. I can say this. Say you agree that we can steal, say, Afrobeats. I use Afrobeats or reggae as an example.
Mm-hmm.
People will still know like the difference between like, this is the authentic or this is from so and so place, or they have like a huge like family there, or this is the original like Afrobeats, right? Even Africa, it's harder. You could say reggae just because it's still English, right? But Afrobeats, they speak a whole different language. I can't see us replicating that.
Good luck.
Like the songs that you hear are usually Wizkid as a producer, right? He provides the beats. You still don't hear the African, or if it's an African artist, Davido, there within the song.
Like I said, good luck trying to fuck that up. Good luck.
What I'm saying is, first of all, when you just said reggae is more, they're speaking English. Well, first of all, reggae often is is hailed from like Jamaica.
Yes, we still speak
which you
English,
should know because you're Jamaican.
We still speak English. It's still English, bro.
But it's not always English. They can speak Patois too.
It's still English, bro. It's not a different language. It's still, Patois is still English.
Okay, that's fair. But what to
it's
Wally's
like
point
how,
though?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's just a different dialect, bro. It's still English. You still understand them, right? If you can still
not all the time,
them,
I don't always understand Patois, honestly.
Bro, if you could pick up any words, it's still the same language, bro. If somebody's speaking Chinese to me, I'm not gonna understand anything they say. Not a thing. If you're able to listen to reggae and you bro, nah.
Okay, that's fair. You got that. All right, cool. But back to Wale's point though, it doesn't have to be a white artist that waters down like Afrobeats, for example, because I don't like Eminem. Like people get on Eminem for being a white artist and becoming like arguably the biggest artist in hip hop history, but he's not the reason hip hop has become watered down.
It was like because you meant. I only reason why I mentioned a white person because I think you said American. I assume why, but anywho, I wasn't targeting that.
When I'm talking about white executives,
mm-hmm.
not artists. The executives are the one who are dictating what the artists are doing, like I said previously. So it doesn't matter if there's an Eminem, if there's a Mac Miller, rest in peace, if there's an Action Bronson, if there's
he's actually good artists as well.
No, you're right. Okay, let me Jack Harlow.
I like Jack.
I can't think of white artists who are like they're few and far between. So
I don't like Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, but listen, but you see the white artists I'm naming that become prevalent in hip hop, like majority of them are not actually bad artists, but it's the fact. So, but it's still become watered down because of executives.
Yeah,
because of the style of which they can monopolize off of. So, if Afrobeats becomes more mainstream and more commercialized in American culture, then it's a high risk of it becoming watered down. I'm not saying the essence of Afrobeats will be, because like you said, it started in African culture. So it's going to be still based there. I'm saying here though, it could be like, come on, we see how stuff gets trendy and old very quick. Off of TikTok, off of social media, off of just the airways playing the same fucking 5 artists and 5 songs. You know what I'm saying? This happens. And that's part of why hip hop has frustrated you so much.
Well, mainly the rap sector of hip hop, not so much as hip hop overall. Because I can still listen to R&B wherever, in whatever time period, perfectly fine.
You consider R&B hip hop? You consider R&B hip hop?
Isn't it? Like
R&B is R&B.
Right. Oh. No, I'm asking Wale.
Oh, I thought it was the same thing, but I guess not.
Nah.
So then, hip hop pissed me off.
They become like cousins.
So yeah, hip hop pissed me off. There you go. But I don't see Afrobeat falling into that same downfall at all. I don't. I don't. There's too much roots from that for someone to just try to water it down. You can spot it easily. Especially with how aware people are now, or I should say woke. It's so easy to point that shit out. You're not getting away with it easily. There's people like Eyes of a Hawk that will literally cancel you immediately. So
cancel.
We need to do it. We're going to do an episode foreshadowing. We're going to do an episode on trolling and cancel culture very soon. For anyone who watches this, we'll definitely be doing a whole. We need to do a whole episode on those 2 things. But we get into the HBCU confession though, Hashim.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be a part 2 about.
Wait, we didn't even talk about producers. We can't.
We'll do a part 2. We'll do a part 2 for this. We'll do a part 2 for this. Don't worry about it. There's still some other stuff we didn't talk about, but yeah.
Okay.